We got these boys right here, man. They was a part of that Roger Jackson situation. They was in, I guess they was in the ring when it all went down. They about to get a side, a perspective, and you know what I'm saying. We gotta respect their perspective, but at the same time, we gonna dissect it, analyze it, see if it's bullshit or not, see if it's some of his clout chase. We gonna see what it is, but you know what I'm saying. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's see what's popping, man. Let's get it.
My fucking blood was leaking because he caught me right in the fucking goddamn orbital bone. I rolled out the ring to go fucking fight that guy. Said, "Fuck him, I'm coming." And then everyone's holding me back.
And he had already ran out of there.
Yeah, we ain't see all that, bro. Like we ain't from what we seen. If you wasn't in the live from what we seen, you know what I'm saying. After he did what he did, it was probably, I don't know if that was you that was wrestling him when you jumped in the ring. It might have been him that was wrestling him at the time, and like I guess he was just trying to hold him back. It was one guy that he was tussling with for a minute until everybody else came.
Already gone. And then the only person who fucking met him is a fucking crackhead with fucking face paint who's fucking begging for fucking clout for the fucking internet. Man, fuck that whole fucking night. There couldn't be anything more mismanaged in my fucking life than I saw that night.
Let's get straight into it. So the Scaling Up podcast was able to score an interview with Doug Malo, aka the pink hair guy, and there's so much insider information.
AKA the pink hair guy is crazy. But this is what I said, bro. I said this was a clout chasing grab, something told me in my bones that it was, and
It's insane. One of the first and more important things that we find out is that AJ Mana is so much more involved than we thought.
The fact that this had nothing to do with any of the storylines kind of shows that this was premeditated, right?
I think.
And I'm gonna stop pausing it though, and for the fact that they are used to storylines, they are used to building storylines. You feel what I'm saying? That's why even what I said about the friend and all that, some told me like that. Some told me that was premeditated a little bit because it's like it was so weird for him to just walk up like that. First of all, second of all, he invited you, so you didn't. So you mean to tell me like there is, and you don't have no backstage pass. There is no nothing there like. You had to have let somebody know, like, hey, I got Rampage Jackson, somebody to come here, he be streaming, he got a lot of voodoo. Like, it's had to been some of that. You feel what I'm saying? Somewhere.
The premeditation part comes on the side of AJ Mana. You brought somebody that was volatile that you knew had issues.
So real quick, that's the friend of Raja who brought him to the event.
That's the small calf, small ass chicken legs bitch with the cowboy hat. I think the culmination.
Okay. Everybody don't be in the gym 24/7 working on legs, my boy. Chill out. Why we gotta be chicken legs? I got chicken legs. I ain't gonna hold you. But no, so this is his podcast right here. I'm guessing the guy to the right, the guy to the right, always to the right with the black tank top on. You feel what I'm saying? Which, if he knows these guys, you know what I'm saying, I think that he's doing them a solid by doing this, by letting them get their story out. But like, it just comes off more genuine to me. You feel what I'm saying? If you would have just, you know what I'm saying, picked up your phone and spoke your piece, you did what I'm saying. Because it's like, as of right now, this story is buzzing. And some people are torn in between. Some people are like, well, they feel like kind of like Mark Henry when he explained it. Like, yeah, Roger was wrong, but at the same time, it feels like it. You know what I'm saying? The other guy was wrong too, and the facility where y'all was at, all that shit led up to what the fuck happened.
Between his dad picking on him and all his daddy issues came out and all the shit that AJ gassed up into his head. Because let me put it this way, I don't like Raja. I think Raja's a shit person for what he did. But I think AJ's a bigger shit person for gassing him up to be in that fucking ring, to leading him to ruin his own fucking life, to hurt somebody that AJ also has a fucking problem with. You can't fucking tell me that's not, I don't believe in coincidence.
He was basically.
That's where I agree with him at. That's where I agree. That's why when I do be thinking and I be in deep thought and somebody be like, well, bro, you always overthinking, or they think that you thinking too much about it, don't ever have anybody tell you that, bro. Because when you start putting shit together and shit start to unfold, nigga, sometimes you be right. Like, you be right. And just off analyzing the situation from the outside in, from the outburst that he had, and like, you couldn't really get all that from the clips from Rampage Jackson and his son, clips that be on the internet. They have okay relationship, a solid relationship, but there is something there. You know what I'm saying? There is something there. But you have to think like, what made bruh do that with the can, bruh? What made him do that? That's the question that needs to be asked. That's the question that needs to be answered. Like, what in your right mind told you to do that? When this is your first time seeing this man, unless you was already told who he was. You see what I'm saying? And what he do? The famous son of someone, and you on kick, and your shit be popping on kick. And you trying to get your shit off with your wrestling career. Coincidence? I think not.
Trying to put the blood on someone else's hands.
Exactly, because he's not going to do it himself.
So just off of that clip, we find out that AJ Mana and Syko Stu already had an ongoing beef or altercation going on outside of the wrestling gimmick, which gives so much context as to why AJ was so eager to tell Raja to give Syko his receipt, even though they had just made up minutes prior.
Y'all want to go chill out over there?
Yeah, we just start eating.
Yeah. So when you run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there.
This shit just seemed like some janky ass shit, bro. I'm sorry, bro. The whole, like, I don't, like, if I'm Rampage Jackson, that's the only thing I'm mad at, that my son didn't choose wisely where he was at. Like, no, bro. I'm pretty sure he got the means to go to any high upgrade octagon where they be at UFC, where it's training that is done right at. Like, this shit look like some shit at the back of a church.
We also come to find out that the reports that we were getting online about Stu's condition being up, alive, well, and talking were actually wrong, and he had suffered a lot more than what we thought. He was in a medically induced coma. He lost a lot more teeth than we thought.
Damn.
He's having trouble walking, talking, maintaining balance, remembering words, or having any kind of recollection of what happened that night, and he's had brain swelling that's been going down since this morning.
What
That's crazy.
condition is he in right now, do you know?
From what I hear, he's having a hard time. He has no recollection of what
He was
happened.
in a coma overnight, right?
Yeah, he was induced.
Medically induced.
And he's lost all his teeth at this point, I heard.
Most of them, from what I hear.
He had brain swelling as of last night.
How hard you gotta be punching a man for him to lose all of his teeth, bro? And like I said, he was in a mental state to where as though he had some internal issues, bro. The chat rage baited him to do that as well. So that, like, you can't, like, there is no way, bro. And I'm trying to get my shit going about, like, TikTok is the only thing that I really have success on. But, like, there's no way in hell that, and I be having like 200, 300 people in it. There is no way in hell that I will have anybody in that chat tell me anything to do to put a battery in my back that I know I don't want to do through no phone. That's just crazy.
It's gone down since then, and reports as of late have said that he's up and alive, but is extremely out of sorts, is having trouble walking, maintaining his balance, and they just took him off a breathing tube this morning, and would assume they're just keeping an eye on him.
Next, they let us know about some of the cover-ups that are going on at the wrestling school.
But the most...
See what I'm saying, bro? So that's what I'm saying. This is what I mean by, like, I think their heart is in the right place? Yes. But it's still low-key clout chasing. But it is the information that we need. But it's still low-key clout chasing to the simple fact. Well, I can't really call it clout chasing because this is information that the people want to know, that we need to know. You know, so we also want to make sure bro is okay, bro. What, like I said, what Roger did was wrong. But at the same time, what he did before that was wrong as well. I need people to understand that. Because you have a lot of people like Syko, but you know, so that will antagonize a person because they feel as though they can physically oppose their will. And everybody, just because somebody might have chicken legs or might, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what people are capable of. That's the whole point of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Respect goes a long way. It just do. Man respect man. You know what I'm saying? If he would have came in there and respect Raja as a man, none of that shit would have went down. Period. I understand they got, you know what I'm saying, storylines to uphold and all that, but I'm pretty sure you know who that storyline is with.
Disgusting thing is that people at this school are being encouraged to not cooperate with the police. From what I hear, the police were there investigating the scene shortly after Stu was removed, and there has been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted, and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police. That is extremely dishonest. You guys let your friend almost die, and now you're trying to have people lie for you. And fuck you to every single person who replied to them, yes, sir. You are all weak sacks of shit, and I hope you rot in hell. You are wasting oxygen that other people could be breathing. And
see this, okay, so now I take back the clout chasing shit, because they definitely giving information that we need. I really do take back the clout chasing shit, and I think that they're right about that. If you was there, you know what I'm saying, just you got to think about it though, bro. This not on no snitching shit. This not on no hood shit. This not on no we was doing something illegal type shit, and like I chose to do something illegal with you, so now we're in this together. And if I tell no, it's not that. Everybody that seen that shit or everybody that was working there are witnesses. Like that's what I'm saying. For that to happen though, that's what I'm saying. For that to happen, that means there is something deeper that's there that people that is not being told. You feel what I'm saying? There are some alliances. There are some, and it'd be a lot of places. It'd be a lot of workplaces like that. It'd be a lot of, you know what I'm saying, certain parts of your families like that got certain pockets in your family that, you know what I'm saying, the ones that the family members that stick together, and over here that stick together over there. That's, you know what I'm saying. Just in general, you dig what I'm saying? It's stuff going on like that. Like, to the point as well as though, like, that's kind of concerning. Like, if that was to happen and nobody wants to say anything, what does somebody or that facility have on people?
somehow that individual was allowed to let off 23 punches before Doug here was able to intervene. Not one fucking person did anything. And that behavior continued when they encouraged every single member of this academy to stay quiet and not contact the authorities, not respond to the authorities, while simultaneously being extremely excited that this event has landed them 15 minutes of fame. They were encouraging people to repost their brother getting beaten to death and discouraging them from talking to law enforcement to make sure that the proper individuals responsible for this end up in jail.
Now, yeah, something about that some told me that shit, bro. Some told me. I apologize, bro. I apologize saying y'all was clout chasing because y'all wasn't. Hopefully y'all make it through this whole video. But like, some told me, bro, like, it just like, that's what I'm saying with streamers that's popping, bro. If you a YouTuber and you're known, if you're whatever you doing, bro, and you're known and you have some type of clout, you have some type of following, you feel what I'm saying? You have to be careful where you go. That's why a lot of streamers and YouTubers, they some people call it getting bougie, but like they either you gotta pay them to be there, or either they buy shit out and then they do their event, or they do whatever they're gonna do where they going. Like a lot of streamers and YouTubers do that to avoid this type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because something told me like, yeah, bro, like this gotta be it's a place somewhere, bro. This ain't just organic. This shit just didn't happen organically. Don't nobody just walk up to nobody and hit them over the head with a beer can, bro. I don't care if I'm backstage with a bunch of wrestlers, bro. Where was the backstage pass at? Where was the, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did go in there trying to introduce everybody, but it's like, bro, what is y'all on?
For watching that, I had to ask myself, who is it that the school is trying to protect? Some sort of lawsuit, maybe? I understand if a wrestler did that to another wrestler, but Raja has nothing to do with that school at all. Why not work with the proper authorities? If it's not to protect AJ Mana or the Samoan dudes that were out in front that kind of helped set it up, then why stay quiet about this?
And then fuck that motherfucker up in the mat. You know, ready for that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell,
Talk to the president.
Yeah, if you can do that for me, I'll be cool.
Yeah.
This shit, that's what I'm saying. That shit seemed like some janky ass shit, bruh.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Go.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have him run in on your shit in your match. To fucking seal that.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's gonna all work out, dude.
Yeah, as long as I can do that. Yeah.
It's all gonna work out.
All right, bet.
Now, even if that...
And then it's kind of, I look at it like this. Now my brain getting it going. Like, it's just getting it going. I feel like my honest opinion on right hand of God, I feel like they used the beer can smash to get him in there. A part of, because they whole goal was to get him seen on stream in that ring, and that was their way of getting the promotion and getting more eyes on what they was doing in that facility. They just didn't expect it to go that far. They just didn't expect it to go that far. But they used that incident to basically, you know what I'm saying, put the battery in his back to get him in the ring. Because they knew he was going to want to get his lick back. They probably didn't want to come up to him like, man, would you mind getting in the ring doing a little something? Because why? You probably going to have to pay him. You probably, you know what I'm saying, he probably don't want to do it. You don't know what's going on. But it's a possibility of him saying no. So to get around the no, we have to, you know what I'm saying, do something and make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, oh, I thought you was this. Ain't no, I thought nothing. Everything's going to work out. I came to watch my friend Russell to support a friend. How I end up in the ring?
That was the case, these guys are setting up a crowd interruption that happens commonly in wrestling. The most that they're expecting is for Raja to go in there and slam him. And that's when Doug says AJ jumped at the opportunity to have Raja do some of his dirty work. So that was mainly everything that I wanted to talk about with this video. If you want to watch the rest of that interview, I suggest you go watch it at the Scaling Up podcast. Major shout out to them for scoring this interview and keeping us all updated. I had the privilege to watch the video a little bit early and get some of this footage to you guys. So thank you again to the Scaling Up podcast for being able to land this interview and keeping everybody updated. And I swear I'm not trying to milk this topic. This video just peeled a whole nother layer back to this story.
Yeah.
And I feel like I had to get it out there for you. And if you like the video, like. If you want to stick around, subscribe. And thank you guys again. See ya.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. And like I said, I apologize as a man, bro. But like, cause I thought it was like on some cloud chasing, like y'all go directly to a YouTube channel that got a podcast to get this shit out. Like, I feel like this is more serious than that, bro. I felt like, you know what I'm saying, if anybody wanted to get their shit off, like, you got a phone in your pocket to you know what I'm saying, do your thing. But like saying it like this and actually watching the video and seeing how informational it was, because not like we got I think we got some type of post or something like that on social media, like he was stable and shit like that. But to hear, I didn't even know he lost all his teeth. I didn't know that he was in a coma. We didn't know none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't know none of that shit, as in Roger. So now it's like we haven't even heard anything, you know what I'm saying, that like basically that got, you know, what type of charges he's facing or whatever the case may be, but nobody's talking to the police, so we don't know what's going to happen, bro. We really don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. When I seen this shit pop up, I'm like, bro, I knew it. I said that shit when I reacted to this shit, like I fucking knew it, bro. I ain't trust his ass, bro. I really didn't. And off the simple fact that, bro, who the fuck is this nigga walking up to me, smashing a beer can on my head, bro? What the fuck type shit y'all got going on? I am just a bystander. I'm here to support a friend. How did I end up in the ring? That is the whole thing, bro. Shit is crazy.